What's up YouTube, Stefano Turtle YGO here, coming at you guys with a updated zombie deck profile for the November/December 2019 format. Getting into the end of the year here, we are updating our deck a bit. I did some testing, added some more cards, took some out, and yeah, this is my current build, so we're going to get into it, starting off with the main deck. So starting off with the monsters, we play 2 Doom King Ballardrock. This has not changed, as 3 is a bit bricky and 1 is not enough. 2 ensures that in case yours gets called by the grave, you still have another that you can go into. And this card is 2 interruptions on your opponent's turn and a free draw off of cards like Vampire Sucker. So yeah, that's why we play 2 Ballardrock. Anyways, on to the next monster. We play 3 of Necro World Banshee, as she is easy access to Zombie World that cannot be Ash Blossomed. However, she can be Ghost Belled, but there's ways around that. Anyways, she's a good way to get to Zombie World and make sure it is protected. Next, we have the 2 Glow Up Bloom. This is to pretty much find a way to turbo him out or get Vampire Fraulein out. And it's also a good Link Karibo card to go into, so yeah. Next we have 3 Shiranui Solitaire. This gets you to your zombie tuners, and also can let you recycle some of your Shiranuis that are banished by summoning them back when this is banished. So yeah, pretty good card. Next we're playing the one that banishes, Shiranui Samurai, as this one, of course, banishes your Shiranuis. And when he himself is banished, he lets you get one of your banish Shiranuis, and oh no, it just lets you recycle one from your grave to your hand. So like, let's say you have Solitaire in grave and you banish this off of Ballardrock, then this gets added back to your hand so you can use it the next turn. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. And next we play 2 Shiranui Spirit Master. This card's actually a lot better than I first thought, as when it's normal summoned, you can special summon a Shiranui from your grave or your hand. So let's say you didn't open your Solitaire, but you opened a Foolish. You can then after Foolishing that, normal summon this. This summons a Solitaire, then you can go into your plays. So yeah, it's a pretty good combo enabler. Not to mention, it also pops a card when banished, so it's got that effect too. It's pretty good spot removal, along with an extra body on the board. And we are also playing the 3 Uni Zombie. This is mandatory to play on zombies, as well, you're pretty much just gonna use it to get your zombie world on board, your Ballardrocks on board, just about anything really. Along with that, we play the 1 Vampire Fraulein. This card is your battle trap or battle hand trap. It's pretty solid. It gets you protection, I guess. The best part about it is that it sort of has a mind control-ish effect when you actually destroy an opponent's monster with it. And it's interruption that can let you use Ballardrock's effect to banish a card. So yeah, it's pretty good. Following up with that, we play 1 Mizuki to round off our zombies, as Mizuki is free. It's free special summon fodder, essentially. When it's in the grave, it lets you summon back your zombies, and that can be used for link fodder or just to kill your opponent. Next, we're on to our hand traps. And starting off, we play 3 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being. This card is a obvious staple in meta side decks or main decks, depending on what you play. And it can shut down quite a few decks. Salamangreat being one of the main ones, which is why it's not as prevalent as it was last format. But another deck that it can shut down is Orcust at the end of their combo. However, you have to be able to stop them from recovering in general. So, yeah. This is a good way to stop their combo at the end so they can't use like the crescendos or anything. But, yeah, I guess that's pretty much what it's for. Also, it gives them a token, which is unfortunate, but there's ways around that. And last card we're playing is 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is just because we don't have impermanence, otherwise we would definitely play that. They do the same thing, it's just Veiler can be negated by Called by the Grave. As for impermanence, you need something like Solemn Judgment for. And both are good cards, don't get me wrong. And this one can be used to also revive your Link Karibos, but Yeah, that's our hand trap lineup. That's our hand trap lineup. That's our monsters, which is 23 in total. Now we'll be moving on to the spells. Starting off, Triple Zombie World. This is the heart and soul of your deck, as you pretty much the deck's revolved around making your opponent's cards into zombies and then killing them with their own cards, I guess. Using their cards against them, I guess, is a better way to put it. Following up, we're playing 2 Called by the Grave. I actually got these because hand traps are a problem, and you can't really Baller Draw negate an Ash if they're negating the Glow Bloom, so Called by the Grave isn't mandatory to play, at least 2 of. And including the cards that are mandatory to play, 3 Super Poly. This is, of course, a meta staple, and lets you use your opponent's cards against them in several ways. With Zombie World, it lets you use them into a Draconat, or not Draconat, Drago Necro, which is essentially a 1-card Vampire Sucker. Or you have Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Starving Venom, or Dragostapelia. Those are Super Poly targets that are commonly used. And they're all pretty cheap, so yeah, Super Poly, not the cheapest card, by the way. I think I paid $20 for the playset of commons. But just get them from Dual Power, it's pretty cheap there. Anyways, for those, onto our 1-ups, we're playing the 1 Ghost Meets Girl, a Shiranui story. This is a free summon going second. And a pretty good way to clear out your bricks in your hand. Like, let's say you draw into your Baller Jock, you draw into your Banshee, or you draw into your Mizuki. This is a free way to get them out. Along with that, we have the Foolish Burial. This is obvious in zombies. You need to play one, or the 1-of, because your deck's pretty graveyard reliant. Along with that, we play the 1 Monster Reborn, as it's a way to get your cards back. And 1 for 1, as it's a way to get to Glow Up Bloom faster. So that's it for the spells. And the trap lineup has not changed. We are playing the 3 Rivalry of Warlords and 2 Shiranui style Swallow Slash. This is to control what your opponent can summon, which means they have one thing on the field. They cannot summon anything else unless they're also playing zombies. And this is a free pop 3 essentially. So that is it for the main deck. Onto the side deck right here in a sec. Alright, so onto the side deck, we're playing 2 copies of Dino Wrestler Pankratops. This is for when you go second, as this card's a very strong card, being able to not only be a free body on the board when your opponent controls no monsters, which means right away you can special summon it. It also has a pretty decent attack and is a free pop as well. So yeah, pretty good card. We're playing 2 Artifact Lancia. I might bump this back up to 3. I've been chesting 2 for now because just been working on the deck a lot, and yeah, we need a lot more negation. But Orcus is still a thing, Thunder Dragon is still a thing, and Zombies is still a thing. Unfortunately, Dinos is still a thing that also banishes. So you play these against those along with Grand Maju. This can sort of screw them over sometimes. We're playing 2 Denko Sekka for Sky Strikers, as they're starting to be more back row reliant than normal. So Sekka's a good way to lock down their back row, besides having to go Gamma Seal and then just hope that they don't have a way to link over it. As Denko is pretty much just normal summon, you can't do crap, and then you just go into your play. Then we're playing 2 DD Crow. This is for any matchup really, because DD Crow is actually pretty strong, and yeah, screwing over your opponents is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. For back row removal, we play 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Along with that, we're playing 3 copies of Red Reboot for the back row hate, as traps are a bit more prevalent now. And we're also playing 2 Solemn Strikes to round off our sideboard. Solemn Strike is just another negate. Anyways, now that our sideboard's out of the way, we'll get onto the extra deck. And yeah, one sec. Alright, starting with the extra deck, we're playing the 1 Borosword Dragon. Borosword is a free OTK, pretty much. Along with that, we're playing the 1 Topologic Bomber Dragon. This card doesn't come up too much, but when it does, yeah, it's sort of hard to get over sometimes, because Mizuki's a card, Baller Jock's a card, and Monster Reborn's a card. along with Super Poly. So screw over your opponents with this card, kids. It's fun. Nah, I'm joking. In all reality, though, it is a tough card to get over. Not to mention, it has a battle effect that if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you deal damage equal to the original attack. So, yeah, that's annoying. Along with that, we have another OTK enabler, which is Decode Talker Extended. How this card works is if something during the battle phase leaves a zone it points to, like let's say you had a Link Karibo, or excuse my mom in the background. If you can hear her, I'm sorry. Or wait, no. Let me explain this a bit better. Let's say I have a what would be something in the back? Let's say I have a Glow Up Bloom in the background, and I just attack with it. And the Glow Up Bloom will obviously get destroyed, which gets a summon, but that also triggers Decode Extended, which allows it to attack 2 times. Similar to Boral Sword, where you switch a monster to defense, and then you can attack 2 times. Except this just doesn't gain that extra attack boost. It's like regular Decode Talker, it gains in based off of where the card's pointing to. Anyways, following on, we have our Nightmare package. This one, obvious. Discard, spin to the deck, discard, pop it back row. Pretty obvious. One Avendred Savior. This is a battle Link monster you want to go into, like right before battling. As this card will let you send a zombie from your deck to the grave and then weaken the opponent's monster by 200 times the level. So, send Ballardrock to grave off of this. Your opponent's monster is using 1600, which is quite a bit of attack points. We're also playing the one Vampire Sucker. This is in case your opponent special summons, as of course it's a free draw, and even if they don't special summon on your turn, you can special summon something from the grave as a zombie, and then you get a draw card. We're playing the one Link Karibo. This is for Glow Up Bloom, and yeah, it's also battle interruption, I guess. Being honest, out of the Link monsters we're playing, which there's 8 of, if there was anything I'd cut, it'd be for this for another Super Poly target, because I only have 4 at the moment. But, yeah, we're going to go on to the XD monsters now. We're still playing the One Hope Harbinger Dragon, Titanic Galaxy, as this is a free negate. And, also gives you battle protection. It lets you choose what cards, or actually makes your opponent forced to attack this. Anyways, the next card we're playing is Tornado Dragon, as it's a free back row removal card. And Abyss Dweller, because most of the meta is Graveyard Reliance. So yeah, this pretty much helps deal with Orchist and Salamangreats pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty much what that's for. On to our fusions, we're playing the 3 Drago Necro. And this is pretty good. This is actually a card that acts as a token summoner, because when it battles, it summons a token and weakens the opponent's monster to 0 instead of destroying it, and that token gains the monster's original attack. And so yeah, that's pretty good. Not to mention, it's level 8, so it helps you go into your Hope Harbinger a bit easier. And we've got one Mud Dragon of the Swamp to end off our deck. Out of all these Super Poly targets that are available, I'm probably going to take this one out and take out the Bomber Dragon, because I want to get Dragostapelia and I want to get Starting Venom for the deck, as those are more commonly usable in the meta, as these are pretty good, but yeah, you're just going to be able to win more likely if you Super Poly into your Starting Venom, take your opponent's monsters off their board, and pretty much screw your opponent over. Although Mud Dragon isn't a bad card, it's also level 4, which means you can go into your rank 4s easier. But, yeah. Anyways, that is all for the deck, and all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what deck you would like to see in a testing video next. I will try to get it out as soon as possible. And also, sorry for taking like a month or 2 to make this video. And this is the Stefano Turtle YGO, signing out. Goodbye.